Hi. We are on day 3 of section 3.2. We're going to do example 5. I'm going to go a little slower today because it's, as long as you're paying attention and thinking about it, it's not actually too bad. It just can get a little dicey when you're trying to figure out your numbers. So, or what the question is actually asking you, I should say. In a jury, and I'm going out of the order of your PDF notes. I'm doing the jury selection one first, and then I'm going to go back and do the college one. So in a jury selection pool, 65% of the people are female. Of those 65% that are female, 1 out of 4 works in a health field. Find the probability that a randomly selected person from the jury female pool is female. Oh, sorry, didn't turn on my pen. I keep forgetting to do that. Is female and works in a health field. Okay, so we are looking for the probability female and health. So the way we're going to do this, it's going to be the probability that they're female times the probability that they work in a health field given that they are female. Okay? So the probability of female is easy. It's just a 65%, so 0.65, right? Times, okay, probability that they work in a health field given that they are female, that is the 1 out of 4, because that is the, 65% are female, 1 out of 4 of those females work in a health field. I don't know why I wrote it as 1 over 4. You actually would have wanted to write it as 0.25. Same thing, it doesn't matter. You're going to put all of it into your calculator. And when you do that, you get a 0.1625. And this event, is it unusual? It is not unusual, right? Because remember, it would have to be 0.05 or less to be considered unusual, okay? All right, find the probability that a randomly selected person from the jury pool is female and does not work in a health field, okay? So we want probability, we'll go with that, that's nice. Okay, so probability of female and not health field. So that equals the probability of female times the probability of not health field given that they are female. Okay, and so the probability of female stays the same. It is that 0.65 times, now this right here, well, all we have to do is 1 minus 0.25, right? We can do the complement, right? So the probability that they're not working in the health field is going to be 1 minus the probability that they are. So that's 0.75 right there. And so then that is a 0.4875. So there's roughly a 48.75% chance that you're going to find someone who is female and not working in the health field. Okay? All right. In a recent year, there were, it's not terrible, we just kind of have to read through it. So in a recent year, there were 18,187 U.S. medical school seniors who applied to residency programs and submitted their residency program choices. Of those seniors, 17,057 were matched with residency positions, okay? And about 79.2% of those who were matched got one of their top 3 choices. So you had 17,000 out of the 18,000, of course, I'm rounding, actually matched. And then of those 17,000, just under 80% of them got one of their top 3 choices, okay? So everything else that's left in there, the medical students ranked the residency programs, blah, 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 the term match refers to, like, that's all just kind of explaining to you the process. You really don't care about that. We do because, it's interesting, but we don't really care too much about that. So we're going to find the probability that a randomly selected senior was matched and it was one of their top 3 choices. So probability matched and top 3. Okay? So that's actually the probability that they were matched times the probability that they got their top 3 given that they were matched. Okay, so probability that they were matched is going to be these 17,000 out of 18,000. And again, I'm rounding because I don't feel like saying all of those numbers. But when I write it, I write it. Okay, and then we're going to multiply that by the top three given that they're matched. It's 79.2%. So we write it as 0.792. And as long as you are careful and you put parentheses around or either do alpha y equals or do it as parentheses and multiply it out, then what you get is 0.7428. Okay? So then we're going to find the probability that a randomly selected senior was matched and did not get their top three. Okay? So what we're basically doing is, this is actually kind of a little bit simpler. All we're doing, okay, the probability that they were, oops, sorry. Just trying to get another color in here so it breaks up the monotony. So probability that they were not with their top three, given that they were matched. Well, guys, that's just going to be the complement of this right here. We just need the complement of that because 0.792 were with their top three, given that they were matched. So all we're going to do is 1 minus the 0.792, and that gives us a 0.208. Okay? And then would it be unusual for a randomly selected senior to be matched with a residency position and that it was one of their top three choices? No, not unusual at all, guys. In fact, I don't remember what it was. More than likely or highly likely or something like that. I don't remember what that little, where it was zero was impossible and 1 was certain, right? I don't know why I keep doing that. I don't know why. Like a couple days ago on previous notes. Oh, good grief. Just goofball, goofball, just erase. Ugh, you can tell I haven't done this in a while. Oh, now it's not going to erase that. That's terrible. That's all right. The whole point, if you're even still watching, was that, get out of there. We don't want that. This is not unusual for them to be matched with their one of their top three because 0.7428 is significantly greater than 0.05.